Hi, Dale coming to you from my garage again, and I've been watching some YouTube videos lately where I'm being told to not trust at all the framing squares that you buy at the big box stores. They're saying as much as 60 to 70% of these are not square when you buy them. So what did I do? I headed off to my local big box store and I bought a few, couple different sizes, couple different brands. I even got one from Amazon just so I can mix it up a little bit. On top of that, I'm also going to test my 20-year-old framing square. You can see it's had a lot of use and abuse. I'm going to give that one a test to see how it's holding up. Now, this is not going to be a scientific study by any means. It's a very small sample size, but if 60 to 70% of them are out of square when you buy them, surely one of these, at least one, should be out of square. And I'm going to test it a little bit different than you have seen on some other videos. I'm going to give it 3 different types of tests. So let's get going. Come on, let's test. I purchased a drafting square. It's made out of aluminum and it had high marks for being true 90 and 45-degree angles. While the first test for sure has a lot of room for error, I figured it should at least be a test, as basically this is how most of us test to see if our corners are square. Generally, we simply hold a square up to our corner and check for gaps. Because I have a pretty simple mind, I started with this pretty simple test. I used the 3-4-5 method, which I will talk about later, to confirm the triangle is indeed square. Now, confirming that it is square, I tested the inside of each of the framing squares. Well, even the simplest test, I saw a bit of an issue with my old framing square. Alright, the next test you've probably seen online before. I'm going to do it a little bit differently though. This is the one where you draw a line, flip it over, draw another line, those lines should match. The difference though is I'm going to make sure that both the inside and outside are both square, which means this and this, not only are they square, they're parallel. Let's get testing. The second test is also pretty simple, but also very effective. The way it works is that you set your framing square against a straight edge or the straight side of a piece of wood. Draw a line against the perpendicular side of the square. Then simply turn the square over, line it up to your original line, and redraw another line. If the square is true, then you should see only a single line. If the line veers off, then your square is not a 90-degree angle. I started this test by clamping a straight edge down. It's very important that the straight edge does not move at all. Placing the short side of the square, or the tongue, snug against the straight edge, I draw my line along both sides of the long side, or the blade. I bet you didn't know that I knew each side of the framing square had a unique name, did you? Again, I want to test both inside and outside for square, which is why I'm putting a line on both sides. Once the lines are drawn, flip the framing square over, line up on the lines, and redraw the lines. It's at this point where the tests really start to reveal something interesting. When drawing the second set of lines with my square bought on Amazon, you can see a noticeable difference in the lines. That means the square I bought off of Amazon is not a 90-degree angle. Still working on the second test method against my old used and abused framing square proves that this square is in fact the least square of them all. In fact, it's way off. A full 1/16 of an inch or even a tad more. That simply will not do. This just goes to show all you young people out there, the older we get, the less square we really are. While that second test method really showed some interesting results, I promised 3 methods, so 3 methods is what you're going to get. The third method will use mathematics. Yes, mathematics. So go pull out your old high school yearbook and remember that crush you had. Start by simply tracing out each framing square on the sheet of paper. Trace out both the inside and the outside, as we'll be testing both sides for square. Now, going back to your old math class, do you remember your old friend Pythagorean and his theorem? Of course you do. It's when dealing with the right triangle, the sides A and B can be used to calculate the hypotenuse. Ooh, hypotenuse. That's fun to say. The algorithm is a squared plus b squared equals c squared, and we can use that to test for a true right angle. With that, there is a 3, 4, 5 triangle, which is easy to remember. If side A is 3 and side B is 4, and it's a 90-degree angle, then the hypotenuse will be 5. Carpenters use the 3, 4, 5 triangle all the time. But to give yourself even more accuracy, you can multiply each of these numbers. So multiplying each by 2 gives you a 6, 8, 10 triangle, or multiplying by 3 will give you a 9, 12, 15 triangle. We will be using the 3, 4, 5 and the 9, 12, 15 triangles to check for square in the third test method. We'll start with the smaller framing square and use the 6, 8, 10 triangle measurements. I'll carefully mark the sides at 6 inches and the other side at 8 inches. Be sure to mark those measurements on both the inside and outside lines. I'm using the 6, 8, 10 measurements as those are the largest of the special triangles that will fit this smaller frame. All of the other framing squares are large enough to use the 9, 12, 15 triangle. When using this method to test for square, always use the largest special triangle as you can, as that will give you the most accuracy. Now, I mark both the inside and outside lines for all of the other framing squares with 9 inches on one side and 12 inches on the other side. The final step in using mathematics to test for square is to measure all of the hypotenuses. That's still a really fun word to say. The smaller framing square measures exactly 10 inches from mark to mark on both the inside and outside lines, which confirms via math that it is square. Moving through the larger framing squares, if the hypotenuse of each from mark to mark is exactly 15 inches, then they are square as well. I realize seeing the exact measurements on this video is difficult, but the measurements followed what I saw from test 2. The 2 larger frames I bought from the big box store were right on, but the one from Amazon as well as my old square were off, telling me they are not square. Okay, tests are done. How did we come out? Well, this little guy that I got, he's perfect. I'm going to be able to use him quite a bit. I didn't see any variation along the entire width, so he's good. This guy here from the big box store, he was good. There was just a little bit out here that started kind of veering away, but I don't know if that was maybe the pencil at just a slightly different angle. It was just tiny bit. So this guy, he's okay to be used. The next one is the little bit more expensive one from the big box store. This one seemed to be perfect the entire distance. I have no problem using this one. The next one, this one surprised me a bit. This one from Amazon, it turned out to be not square. It was probably okay for the first 8 or 9 inches, but after that, it really started to veer off, maybe as much as a 32nd or maybe even a 1/16 of an inch. And then of course, my 1,000-year-old one. This one I think is ready to be thrown away. This one is not straight at all. I mean, from the very beginning on all edges, you could see that it started veering away up to basically a little bit more than a 1/16 of an inch at the end. So using this one for square, I don't think this one should be used anymore. What surprised me was, one, that any of them were out of square. I really thought I was going to find every one of these perfectly in square, no issues. The other thing that surprised me was the Amazon one and my old square. Those were the thickest metals, much heavier than the ones that I bought from the big box store, which were very light in aluminum, but those seemed to be the ones that were most square. So maybe I'll spend a little bit more money to get a quality square, maybe with a lifetime guarantee or something, but at least now I know which squares I can count on to be true, and I'll be using those in the future. If you like this video, give it the thumbs up. If you didn't like it, go ahead and give it the thumbs down. But if you do, put a comment in. Let me know why. Did I do something wrong? Were my tests wrong? And if you want to, subscribe. I do a lot of woodworking projects. Subscribing is the best way to keep up, to never miss one. Until next time, See ya.